National Educator.
Welcome, dear learner, to our today's history and government lesson, and our focus will be to revise some questions that we have selected from topics that are ranging from Form 1 work to Form 4 work. And our first question, dear learner, is to look at state 2 features of African farming in Kenya during the colonial period. State 2 features of African farming in Kenya during the colonial period. I always advise, dear learner, that before you begin answering this type of a question or any history question, first get to understand the key terms, or you need to take it to a level of identifying the key terms of a particular question. For example, in identifying, you get to know that which is the main word that guide that particular question, and then you go a step further and underline. I always advise that you underline. For example, if you look at this question, we would underline the following words. You'll underline the word state, you'll underline the word 2, underline features, and then also underline African farming in Kenya. Then the last bit that you're to underline is the colonial period. The reason being that if you don't get to understand this question before you begin the answering process, then you cannot be able to score at all, because you will suffer the fate of giving irrelevant answers. So in terms of our key words, dear learner, we want to look at the 2 words, state and features. So if, for example, this question talks about state, 2 features of African farming in Kenya during the colonial period. State simply means to present in form of statement or considered words what is a fact, condition, or problem. In other words, you're not giving room to rumor mongering in answering that particular question. You're supposed to get it as it is. You state a fact, you present it as it is in a statement form. And then also that question is asking about features. Now, feature simply means characteristics. So, if we were to rephrase that question, we would say, state 2 characteristics of African farming in Kenya during the colonial period. I want to refer you to chapter 4 of Form 3 work under the topic Social Economic Developments in Kenya during the colonial period. Social and economic developments in Kenya during the colonial period. And then you go to the subtopic settler farming in Kenya. So as you read through the settler farming in Kenya, you'll also come across African farming. African farming that was done by the Africans using their own indigenous African ways of practicing agriculture. So, let's now answer, before even we give the answer, dear learner, remember that our timeline is during the colonial period. Don't confuse this question with what is taught in chapter 3 of Form 1 work, Development of Agriculture. Because under development of agriculture, we talk about agriculture in Mesopotamia and agriculture in Egypt as African farming. But for this case, our focus is on Kenya, and as our focus is again on during the colonial period. So what were the characteristics, or how did the Africans practice farming in Kenya during that particular time?